Once again, it's on. The Don Tony Teflon back at you. Another one. This one is a House of the Dragon Episode 5 preview video. We're going to break down everything that's going on in this trailer and get you ready for the upcoming episode. This is a bittersweet episode because this is the last time we'll be seeing these characters in their young form. And I think these actors did a great job. It's going to be sad to see them go, but the story must go on. Hopefully they bring them back in some type of flashback and we get to see these young actors play themselves again. We start off with a bunch of Valyrian ships heading right towards King's Landing. We can see that by the Valyrian horse sigil that is on the flag. So most likely the wedding will be happening in King's Landing. I know we've seen clips of this wedding in other preview trailers and maybe people thought that it could have been happening at Driftmark, but clearly from this clip we can see that it's happening in King's Landing. Also, we know that they shot Alicent and the King's marriage but did not put that in the show. Maybe it's because we see this happening right now and it would have been too many weddings jumping off. Now, we've seen this shot before as we've seen in many other trailers, but this shot is especially sneaky. From the other shot from the other trailer, it does seem like there was more dragons than just these two in the sky. They may have edited out and not wanting to spoil stuff, but we shall see. Next, we see King Viserys rolling with Lionel Strong, who is the new hand of the king. You can see that by the new pin on his jacket. We also see the King's Guard rolling with him, Harold Westerling on his right, and Sir Criston Cole in the back on his left. We also see his daughter in the background. We also can see a man holding a box all the way in the background. What is it? Most likely it's some type of wedding gift, and I think that they could be either heading toward the wedding or this could be the actual proposal of the wedding. In the books, Laenor does get knighted before he gets married, so it could be a situation where that's what they're doing right now, knighting him because of his heroics at the Battle of the Stepstones. This is the shot that got people buzzing who read the books because of this little dude right here. Why? Because in the books, the book is narrated by a little dude who makes contributions of telling the actual story, and his name is Mushroom. But everything this guy says has something to do with sex and intrigue and more sex. So I'm sure that a lot of book fans right now are wishing and hoping that this guy is actually Mushroom. He could be, he may not be, we shall see. We then get more Valyrian ships coming to the wedding. We also get the king and Rhaenyra standing up at the wedding. We can see the banners of House Targaryen and the one of House Valyrian there. Whether it's Joffrey's wedding or Daenerys' wedding, as we've seen in this world, weddings always mean death. Somebody gonna die. We then see Sea Smoke, the best looking dragon of them all, and Meleys, ridden by Laenor and Rhaenyra, maybe coming from the beach when we seen them in that scene, or maybe just going out saying, hey, we're both dragon riders, this is a perfect match. We've seen that some people at the wedding weren't exactly happy where they were clapping, but it seems like this is a good match. We then see Rhaenyra looking off, and what's she thinking? Who knows, but it makes me think that she's saying that all she ever wanted was not to be a pawn in this game, and despite her best efforts, it seems like that is what she has become. Nothing more than a pawn in the Game of Thrones, and she's just not happy with it. We see Corlys talking to his wife Rhaenys, and she knows better than anybody that people are not going to want her to take the throne. Now they have a blood right vested in this, so it's going to be very important for them to see her take the throne, because if she doesn't, that means that their son will take the throne also. Then they immediately show the Lannisters, so it makes me think that the Lannisters would be people who would challenge her right to the Iron Throne, because they show them immediately. Right in the front, we see Jason Lannister running with his brother Tywin Lannister. Now we know that Jason tried to get it on with Rhaenyra. He wanted to marry her and he got knocked out of the box. So you know he ain't gonna be a little butthurt over that situation. So I think the Lannisters will definitely be enemies of them when it's all said and done. And it just so happens that rolling in with them, behind them, is the Hightowers. Now, the Hightowers, that's Alicent's family, and we know that she has the son, Aegon, that people have already talked about becoming the heir to the throne. So this right here looks like the people who they're gonna be beefing with. Speaking of butthurt people, we then see Sir Criston Cole chilling here with Queen Alicent, and they say the lines, "The knives will come out." This is very suspicious, because if this man is upset because he had sex with her and that little dragon turned his ass out, you know, he could be, because these knights, man, they be all up in their feels. Let's be honest. These guys are supposed to be chivalrous, so hard, but every one of them that we've seen is all up in their feels. And it seems like he might be going that route. We see this dude pulling his sword out. Now, it could be one or two things. He could be saying, you know what, I'm done. I'm trying to resign from my position of watching Rhaenyra from the Kingsguard. Or he could be pledging his allegiance to the queen at this particular time. We'll have to wait to find out. As I said, it seems that these people allowed this to go sideways once again, and that is exactly what's happening at this wedding. Just people getting buck wild and asses being kicked. Now, why would somebody start a fight like this? Well, it could be a couple of different reasons why something like this would jump off. We know from reading the books that it was implied that Laenor was gay, that he did not like women at all. Maybe somebody got out of line, tried to say something fancy, or maybe the guy who supposedly is his lover is there and he gets upset. Which I would believe is this dude known as Joffrey, the Knight of Kisses. I mean, if you're known as the Knight of Kisses, then I would think that, you know, it does sound a little homosexual. We see Laenor here fighting with one of the Lannister goons, and he gets pushed over the table. We said earlier that the Lannisters were going to be the enemy. Again, we know that the head Lannister was already turned down by Rhaenyra. It seems suspect that nobody is doing nothing. We see Corlys just standing here watching everything, and we see the guards in the background just like, I don't know what's going on. They ain't doing nothing either. Maybe they're trying to test this whole situation. Maybe they're trying to test Laenor, saying, let's see if he really is a man, and let's let this battle go on and see what's going on with their Westerosi philosophy of seeing things. Then see Sir Harwin Strong delivering a mean right hand right to the guard's chizops. Then we see Criston Cole doing the exact same thing. Now, it's funny that they put these two people's pictures back to back, because in the books, when they have a wedding, they have a huge ceremony like for the common people of jousts and all this other stuff, and them two do get in it in the joust, because Rhaenyra gives this dude over Criston her favor. This makes Criston butthurt. As I said, these guys be all up in their fields, and then just like we seen Daemon do an illegal blow to injure this dude, the same thing happens here with Harwin when Sir Criston injures him, because he's all butthurt about that situation. Also, it could be a different situation going on with Sir Criston Cole, and why it would be personal, because it does seem personal to him. We did see Rhaenyra get given moon tea at the end of last episode. Moon tea is basically an abortion tea, right? And it seems that the Queen Alicent may find out about this affair, and if she does, maybe she drops dying, or maybe he somehow realizes that she took this moon tea. And if he does realize he took this moon tea and aborted his baby, that could make him very upset. We then see Daemon in the Vale of Arryn. You could tell that by the mountains and the greenery, and he has this hood on his head. And when you see cats with these hoods on their heads, you know they're up to no good, because they're trying to hide exactly who they are. And then we see a woman get thrown off of a horse. This is his wife, and he is murdering his wife basically by having her thrown off the horse. That is how I believe he's going to get out of this marriage. We then hear Otto say that the king is going to die, and we see the king looking like he's about to die. We already know he's lost fingers. Now it looks like it's gone spread up his whole arm, and he might lose his whole arm from this whole Iron Throne disease or whatever it is he got, or if it's the maces themselves poisoning him. We do see a shot of the king collapsing outside of King's Landing and Alicent looking on. Don't know if this is before or after they did the stuff to his arm. They show a shot of Rhaenyra being picked up from the mess that's happening at her wedding. Can't tell who's actually picking her up. We then see Rhaenyra with Sir Criston Cole on the ship. Now we don't know where they're sailing to, if this is after the wedding and that she's going to Driftmark or maybe back to Dragonstone or wherever, and he's still rolling with her. Maybe this is a time that she may say something about the Moon Tea herself. We then see Otto telling his daughter to prepare his grandson Aegon for the Iron Throne, that this is what must happen, and that is how it ends. You tell me what you think about this trailer in the comment section, and are you looking forward to seeing the grown-up versions of these actors, or would you rather just keep seeing the young versions? Let me know. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.